Welcome back to Forged from Iron. I'm Andy. No, I'm Duke. That's Andy. I don't know what I was doing there, mate. All right, we'll edit it out. We are here for, it feels like only 2 minutes ago we were doing a video. We're here to do the, to talk you through our preview, of the Brentford game, which should take place later today. Andy, how you feeling about it?
It's another bogey side, mate. But remember all that confidence when we had Brighton, the curse is going to break. Obviously, the 2 suspensions are going to be key, but it's 9th versus 10th. I know no easy game in the Premier League's easy, but we done it last year in the FA Cup. I can't see. Obviously, they're not the same side without Ivan Toney. Right, that's a fact. Yeah. After our result against Arsenal, confidence, the fact that we can play, that we're going to be playing the same brand of football. I think we will be counter-attacking, and if David Moyes gets his selection right, why can't we get a result, mate?
Well, you said it there, is the result against Arsenal. And for me, it's not just the result, Andy, against Arsenal. It's the way we played against Arsenal. It's the style of play. It's how we took the game. For me, okay, yes, percentage of possession against Arsenal was same old West Ham. I think I heard somewhere that our passing stats, they had something like 820 plus passes, Arsenal, and converted 86% maybe of passes that they made. We had
well done, Arsenal. Let's look. What doesn't matter. Look what we had against Brighton.
200. We had 270 something and only converted 75% of those. But the main stat is we scored 3 goals. Forget anything else. Have a look at Brighton, as you said earlier. We scored 3. We won the game. Now, forget anything else. I don't want to see a change in a tactical sense. I want to see us press from the front like we did against Arsenal. I want to see us on the front foot. You know, the corners, the goal kicks, the throw-ons in their own half where we are in. Our wide players are in on their fullbacks. Our 2 forward players are up against their centre-backs, making the keeper go long. We win the headers with Gtech. And then we play out again. We regain possession. Second balls play out. As you say, we're going to be missing 2 key players from the Arsenal game because obviously they picked up their yellow cards against Everton last week, which is Tolonido or whatever his name is, Lucas Paquetá, and Edson Alvarez. Big misses, Andy. Obviously, they are going to be big misses for us. But for me, I personally think we still have 2 very good players. Both were on the bench against Arsenal in midweek that can come in, take their places and do jobs. One and one would be James Ward-Prowse. And I wouldn't change anything else. For me, anyway. Yourself?
No, James Ward-Prowse will come in for me. Probably maybe a surprise one for you would be Antonio. So I'd move. So no. Listen. Hear me out. But we'll be playing the 4-1-4-1.
Right.
So I would have Souček there, like. Hear me out. I know it's not Alvarez, but I'll put Souček there. But then the high press of Benny, Kudus, Bowen, and Antonio.
Where would you play Antonio?
I'm front with Bowen. So as a 2. So it's technically a 4-1-3-2, right? If that makes
right. I gotcha. Yeah. No, it makes sense.
So I'd have them both up to. Because Benny proves that he can track back.
Yeah. No, I mean, we both spoke very highly of him. I mean, he's, as I mentioned in the review,
his whole club as well, which will give him more of a boost as well to prove a point again. So I think he would track back. Obviously, Emerson's there that side.
I was going to
So
say he
I
plays
don't-
better with Emerson than he does with Cresswell.
Yeah,
I noticed that, yeah.
So it's risky, but I think it could work.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean. I mean, if we were to go with that 4-1-3-2, there's part of me that would want to play Antonio behind Bowen.
Yeah.
And keep Bowen as the focal point. Benny, Kudus, and then Antonio and behind, because Antonio drifts all over the fucking shop.
Yeah.
So it makes no difference if you gave him.
Or the only other way you could get around it is potentially, like what we said, is do a 3-4-3. So Mavropanos, Zuma, and Aguerd and then have Emerson and Soufal as the fullbacks, like the wing backs.
Yeah.
Ward-Prowse and Suchek in the middle, and then obviously Benny, Kudus, and Antonio to alternate up front.
Bowen.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I can get behind that.
And Antonio wouldn't play. Sorry, yeah, Antonio wouldn't play then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, for me, where I'm at, I don't care the formation. I don't care the lineup to a degree. As long as the tactics are the same as what we saw against Arsenal, we were crying out for it against Villa, crying out for it against Olympiacos, crying out for it against Everton. In fact, we've been crying out for it for a couple of years, to be fair. The high press, the two wide players up on their fullbacks, the two attacking players up on their centre-backs, making their keeper go long. We saw us do it against Arsenal. We made Ramsdale rush quite a lot on Wednesday night. He was rushed into mistakes. They were rushed in clearing it out. We were winning throw-ons. We were winning the second balls and clearing it up. You know, it's. I said in the preview to the Arsenal with Steve, it doesn't matter what we play if the tactics are still inept. Doesn't matter what formation, what personnel we use. If the tactics stay the same, it's inept football. We're defending for defending's sake. We're not actually defending anything. We're defending a 0-0 draw.
So according to this, I don't know whether it is. I'm just looking at their last game. Great result they had against Chelsea. They play a 3-5-2, according to this. So they have Pinnock. I can't say it's Ajer. I can never get his name correctly.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously Nathan Collins. And then they have Hickey as a fullback. And obviously they've got Norgard, Jensen, Yanley, and Rozaslev. I can never say his name properly. And then Visser and Mabano. So
he's the key for me for them.
So if they're playing a back three, we have to have the two. So two pressing, if that's the way they're going to play.
But then if you're going to play the two, you still want the third man pressing the third man. That for me is the key. You can't. What I've seen us do quite a lot so far this season is we defend areas, zonal marking, if you will, and we'll only pick up a runner if it runs into our zone. Well, the problem is the zone start 15 yards outside their box, so they can have the ball. They could pass it 300 times along their back line, and we're not going to do nothing about it because players haven't stepped into our erogenous zones, if you will. We're not then trying to block. Whereas what we saw against Arsenal was we pushed higher. We had a man on each of the fullbacks. We had a man on the two centre-backs at times, and it rushed Ramsdale. It rushed the centre-backs, fullbacks into clearances. Like I say, we cleaned up. I want to see more of the same because I think we look better doing that. We look that much better.
It just proves what a fixture can do, because if we was doing this without playing Arsenal, I'd be scared. But but the fact that majority of that team, well, at least 7 or 8 of them players who played on Wednesday are playing that's confidence. And Kudus will just want to keep on fighting. Bowen, Emerson, Aguerd had a very good game on Wednesday. So you've got all these players, Soufal busting confidence, and that can only go throughout the team.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that was the difference with what you saw Wednesday night to what you saw last Sunday was confidence. You know, you said yourself, Soufal's cross for the third goal, the Bowen one, probably the best cross he's put in a West Ham shirt. It's just, I mean, the amount of times he's been on the edge of the box and we're all seeing it going, just shoot. We know it's going Rose said, just shoot. We don't care.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's something he's been working on, Andy, and working. I said it in the Arsenal review. They have a red line if you play FIFA. There's no connection there between him and Kudus, Soufal and Kudus. There's nothing there. They shouldn't work. Yet, my God, how good were they? The overlapping, the work rate. Kudus supporting Soufal when we're on the back foot. Soufal.
I'm just pointing something out here. Yeah. Do you reckon it's a night game? Because whenever there's a night game, Soufal plays well. Do you reckon he's like nocturnal?
Do you reckon we can start most of our games after our last 6?
Yeah, exactly. Once he's had his dinner and his potato salad with Souček, like for dinner.
I tell you what, I thought Souček again was good on Wednesday night. In fact, I've got to be honest. I don't think there was any bad players on Saturday night. You know, Benny. His work rate was brilliant. Again, he tracked, he chased, he harried, he harangued.
Yeah.
Okay, there were times he slowed up getting the ball into the box, which frustrates me a little bit. But when he's doing what he was doing, like he did with Reece Nelson, I can't argue with it. So if we see more of that against Brentford, you know, what come 5 o'clock, we could be happy hammers again. You know, and I really do believe that going into Thursday's game against Olympiacos, off of the back of a victory against Arsenal, hopefully a victory again today, we go in, you know, we went into the Arsenal game on the back of 3 bad losses, you know, Everton.
And this will give us good confidence as well going into Olympiacos at home on Thursday as well.
Listen, Olympiacos are no mugs, and we'll talk about that. You know, at some point in the week.
The thing what concerns me though is like I mentioned to you off air. Just going to briefly say it. We've played Brentford 4 times, come off 4 defeats. This is like Brighton, and the worrying thing for me is we've got 1 goal. The other fixtures was on my birthday, and when I was away. I remember this 2 years ago. We lost 2-1 at home to Brentford, that last minute winner.
Yes.
Yep.
Fabianski punched it into the path. I remember it.
Yeah, and then we lost 2-0 at the back end. That was when we come back from Frankfurt when we lost 2-0.
Yes.
That was straight after. And then obviously we got spanked 2-0 at home in December, 30th of December last year. I think Ivan Toney scored that day from Ivan Toney and De Silva. I remember they just counter-attacked us. That was when Moyes was for his head. And then obviously the couple of games before the end of the season, we lost 2-0 again, but that was after Alkmaar, I think. So a couple of times we've played them after European, so sort of we've got an extra not an extra day's rest. Hopefully it's not the Sunday curses time and we win on the Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the game against Brighton gives me hope for today. I've got to say, we're in a position where we've seen what we can do when the other team have possession of the ball and we break. But as long as we press, that for me is one of the big keys for today. Yeah. Press high. Personnel wise, you've told me you pick Antonio and you pick JWP. Would the rest of your team be the same, or dependent on formation?
Depending on formation. But to be fair. Yeah, I'd bring. Yeah, it depends. I think the fact that we've got that result, I think that's a kick up the arse for Antonio, and I think this could play into it. I know I keep saying it. The fact that he didn't even feature, I'm happy either way, because JWP is a good player, set pieces, and that could be it. That could be key. So yeah. Either JWP and Fornals or JWP and Antonio. I think that'll be it. The 2 changes.
I mean, I'll be I'd be happy with that. I really would. I'd also like to think that,
This game is crying out for Cornet, but he just hasn't put up for it.
he hasn't.
This would be the idea. He hasn't. You can't just chuck him in. I'd love to, boys, to just chuck him in on the left, and then we've got that balance of putting Benny in where Paqueta played, and it'll be the same system. What we played against Arsenal, and it would work. You'd think it would, on paper, it would work, but
You know what? I might even be persuaded that that's not a bad option.
But would it happen?
Cornet comes in to replace Paqueta.
Benny into number 10.
And then Benny moves in. Yeah, you know what? That could work. Souček takes Alvarez's role.
Yeah. JWP takes Souček's role.
Takes Souček's role. Benny takes Paqueta's role, and Cornet, yeah, and then with pace left and right, because you're going to have Kudus out on the right, and you're going to have Cornet, who can score goals.
And then let's just say, for hindsight, it's a wonderful thing. We're 1-0 up. Then you've got Antonio to bring on with like 20 minutes to go. You've
got Antonio there. You've got Fornals there. You've got. I don't know what's going on with Obama. That's going to be a conversation for Monday. So yeah, I mean, listen, we go into this off the back of a really good result. Scrap that. We go into this on the back of a really fantastic team performance and great result against Arsenal on Wednesday. What's your score prediction, mate?
I think it's going to be scrappy, mate, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 West Ham win. And I think Kudus and Bowen will be the difference again. I think they're on fine form, and I think they'll get the goals for us. I think what will get us undone, I think we'll go a couple of goals up, and I think they'll get a consolation. But I trust our defensive, especially after Wednesday, to get the job done defensively.
A bit like the goal we conceded Wednesday.
Yeah.
You just switch off at the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
So with that being said, I agree with you. I think 2-1. I think your goal scorers are bang on. Like you say, they're both on form. They're both on fire, if you will. We're not the only game playing on Saturday and at the weekend. I know you've got your fixtures.
Yeah, I just want to let everyone know as well. So the Thomas Bramall is the referee for our game, with Simon Bennett and Mark Scholes as the full assistants, I should say. But Thomas Bramall is only referee. This will be only his third Premier League game. The only other two was Liverpool, Bournemouth at the start of the season, where he was controversially involved with them VAR decisions, and Newcastle's 2-0 win against Burnley. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. And Michael Salisbury is on VAR. And another thing, because we're talking about referees, for the first time in Premier League history, we will see a fourth official as Rebecca Welsh, the first woman fourth official for the Fulham Manchester United game at lunchtime. So, you know me, I love a bit of stats.
Monday, I'm going to be very controversial. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be very controversial Monday. Andy, like I say, we're not the only game over the weekend. Got all the others, bar 3, that are playing on Saturday. Talk us through your predictions of the other games.
I can't see Man United losing again. I know Fulham's a good side, but they've got to turn it around. Like, it's like their performance yesterday. Very annoyed me with Sky on Wednesday, I should say, when they just cut us off. They didn't do any reaction straight after, and they chucked the game straight on. I thought that was very poor from them, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, but I think Man United might. I think Rashford might get them out of jail. I reckon it might be a 1-0 scrappy Man United win. I reckon on that one.
I'm actually going to go Fulham 2-1. I think.
Okay, mate.
I think United are in absolute disarray right now. I think they've had their worst start since 1960 something. They've lost 5 of their first 10 home games for the first time since the 30s. They're in absolute disarray, an absolute mess, and I can see Fulham taking it.
Yeah. I forgot they've got Jimenez as well, haven't they? They've got some good players.
They
Willian.
certainly have.
Yeah. Burnley Palace. Oh, I think that's got draw written all over it. I'm going 1-1.
Yeah, from what I saw, is it Eze or Elise on the verge of tying into a long-term contract.
He's done it already. He signed it already.
Oh, was he really? See, something
It's
came
like
up.
five. So it's like 5-year deal. I think unless he's already. I think Eze might be signed. Sorry, I
It might
missed
be
him.
Eze then. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's. I'm actually going to go Palace 1-0.
Okay, man. Everton, obviously, 2 fine results. Obviously, they beat Burnley in the Carabao Cup, so they're through. Obviously, their result against us. Calvert-Lewin seems to be back on form. But Brighton, obviously, they've only a couple. I think they only lost 2. They've lost to us. It was that I've only lost 1. I can't remember off the top of my head. So
Yeah,
they're in. I'm going to go for a 2-0 on that. I think Goodison Park's turning into a bit of a fortress again, to be honest. And obviously, then the sad news about their chairman as well. I think that sort of gave them a bit of a kick up the backside as well. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 on that game.
I'm going 2-1 Everton.
Yeah.
I know for the same reasons you said, the Bill Kenwright passing away, and Calvert-Lewin finding form. I can see Everton winning that 1-2-1.
Yeah. Man City, Bournemouth. I don't want to sound horrible. I think it's a matter of how many. I think, isn't it? To be perfectly honest, so I'm going to go 4-0 Man City.
Yeah, 3-4-0. Yeah, Haaland's going to bag another couple, I suppose. Yeah, I agree with you.
Sheffield United, Wolves. Wolves obviously done well. They were robbed with VAR against Newcastle. Very good performance. If they had Jimenez, now I think they'll be a totally different animal. To be honest, Sheffield United obviously they're not great. I think they could be close to getting the lowest record. I think Wolves will nick that 3-0. I think that might be quite comfortable for them, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when Gary O'Neill went up to Wolves, a few questions were asked, a few eyebrows were raised. I think he's done really well up there.
Yeah.
Their centre forward is the guy that I spoke about highly 2 years ago. I remember sitting in my other office at my other pub, banging on about Huang He-Chan out of Germany. Yeah, the Bundesliga at the time. I want him. There was him and Patson Daka. I wanted them both. In fact, I wanted 3. I wanted Kareem Adeyemi. Look how that's turned out. I know my stuff when it comes to Bundesliga. Just tell Tim Steiden.
Well, not Bayern Munich yesterday, losing to the 3rd division side.
Hey, listen, we can't talk, right?
I
We
know.
can't talk.
No, but I'm on about shots. I'm just on about the Bayern Munich result. It's mad, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was Saarbrücken that beat him, which, if my memory serves, isn't too far away. I think from where my grandparents, my nan came from in Germany. It's not a side that should have even been close. It really shouldn't have been. It's embarrassing. I think it's the first time they've been locked out by a team. I think it's 100 years to the day. It was 100 years to the day since they were knocked out by a team from that division.
Mad, isn't it, mate?
Unbelievable. But I'm actually going to go Wolves 3-1.
Newcastle, Arsenal. I didn't realise. I know Newcastle got the result against Man United in the Carabao Cup, but I didn't realise how lengthy their injuries are. Obviously, Target went off with a really bad injury as well yesterday, so their injuries do. But I can't see Arsenal responding. To be honest, I think Wednesday would have hurt them losing to us. I know only a few of them. I think Newcastle will win that 2-1. Callum Wilson, and Gamara's doing the damage.
I was actually going to go with Almiron. A great goal from him yesterday, just after
And Lewis and Lewis Hall as well. And Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall, what a finish. Great goal. Great volley. I actually thought it was Gordon for a minute.
I forgot about Willock as well. Willock as well against his old club. He loved,
And I tell you what, I'll say it now. For those fans who wanted Amrabat, he's looked fucking awful for United so far. Awful.
Yeah.
And people were telling me we should get Amrabat rather than Alvarez. Long walk, short pier. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I think, like you say, that the fact that those players.
You mean Newcastle? You mean Newcastle?
Newcastle. Sorry, yeah. I think those players coming on. What I wanted on Wednesday night against us. You know, he brought on 5 of the big guns. He's no way in the world he wanted to do that. So, yeah, you don't mind, do you?
No. 2-1 Newcastle for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call this quite harshly. Maybe a shot. I'm going for 6-0 Aston Villa. I reckon they're going to destroy Forest again. They're on fire.
4-1. I was going to go 4-1 Villa, and I thought
I reckon about 6, mate. Ollie Watkins, Diaby, Douglas Luiz. Like, it is what
they're on form,
the thing. What worries me is I think Man United will come calling for him. I reckon Ten Hag ain't got long. And I reckon they're going to go for Emery. If he goes, will then players still get the tune? If they get another manager, that'll be the question. I think they've got a good squad, but would another manager be able to get to do it, if that makes sense?
See, I don't see why he would leave. It sounds stupid because
I know.
United are this worldwide brand, if you will. But they're in such disarray right now. You know, the stadium's falling down. This whole takeover thing is all over the gaff right now. I can't see anyone wanting to go there, Andy. If they do,
but money talks. Money talks.
Yeah, fair enough. If you were going 6-0, if you were going 6-0 Villa, what are you going for the next one?
So I'll shock you. No.
Bearing in mind it's going to be on the internet forever, Andy.
No. I reckon it'll be like 3-0 Liverpool. I don't think it'll be like we found it tough. We did find it tough when we went there.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
To be honest, like they were very unlucky against Tot. I think home form will be key. But what a goal from Nunes on Wednesday against Bournemouth as well. I think he's a great player.
I give you the goal. But the touch was one of the worst touches by a professional footballer that I have ever seen in my life. It was diabolical. Great finish,
but who's their number 8 who they got? Is it Sabitzer?
No, Sabitzer was the geezer that was at United. They've got, is it Sloboslai?
Sorry, I'll
you try and say it. Yeah, thanks for that. I'll say it, shall I?
Yeah. No, he's what a player he is for them in that midfield. Like he's
again another one that came out of Germany.
Yeah, no. So for me, Salah, Jota, Nunes, if he plays, whoever plays, they're going to cause damage. And I haven't said it as well. My thoughts are with Luis Diaz and his family at this time as well.
I say the same thing.
But no, I think.
Is there any news on his dad? I know we're recording this before it goes out. I know they were looking in the forest somewhere.
They found his mum, haven't they?
Yeah, his mum was found earlier in the week. Like I say, we're recording this on Wednesday night.
Thursday night.
Thank you, Andrew. So we don't know anything that happens, obviously, by the time this goes out. So yeah.
Yeah, no. So, but no, I think it'll be a 3-0 Liverpool win. To be honest.
Yeah, I think I'll go 3, maybe 4, but yeah. Yeah, I'll go 3.
Pain for me to say this, dude. I'm going for a 2-1 Tottenham win on Monday.
You're being kind. I'm actually looking at a Spurs spanking of Chelsea. They're literally going to put Chelsea over their knee, pull down their blue shorts, and spank them. I'm talking 4, possibly even 5-0, Andy. I think they're going to get absolutely ruined, Chelsea. Spurs under Postecoglou, and I've got a bucket.
It hates for me to say it as well.
I can't hate Postecoglou. I can't hate him. I want to, and then every time I think, oh, he's a prick, something crops up on social media where
how the hell was he made Basuma into a flipping world class? Like it's just. But I love who's their left back, the youngster. Is it? I can't remember his bloody name now. He's English as well, isn't it? The youngster, the left
because that's
back.
what they got rid of Reguilon, wasn't it?
Yeah, he looks good. The goalkeeper looks good. The new one, obviously Song, Maddison, like it is worrying. It's worrying when you think
You're talking about Adogi.
Yeah,
brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
He went on loan. I think he was on loan in the Serie A last season.
He was
on loan, didn't he?
He was.
So yeah, maybe I'm being kind, but yeah, the way Chelsea are in a lot of shit. I know they beat Ball. Oh, who did they play on Wednesday? Blackburn, wasn't it? Blackburn. Yeah, so like they beat them. So it's nothing. Like their Premier League form is shocking.
Is it Vicario, the Tottenham goalkeeper now? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, they look like a whole different prospect under Postecoglou with Kane going. Be ironic if they win it with Kane now left. I'm not saying they're going to go on and win the league. I'm just saying it would be ironic if they did. But they look so much more of a more balanced side with.
Yeah. So human song, like you just look at the difference. Like I'm just showing you here. So Human Song's got 8 goals. Maddison's got 3. Sterling's got 3. That's the top 3. This is the top assists. Maddison's got 5 assists. Richarlison's got 3 assists. Gallagher's got 2. Like there's just there's the class apart is just
I think we could be looking at 4, even 5, Andy, Monday night. I'm definitely gonna find myself downstairs watching that game just because again I'm going to throw up. Tottenham are a joy to watch right now, as much as it pains me to say it, but I've got to say I hate Arsenal fans more than I hate Spurs fans right now. So it is what it is. Before we wrap up then, any last words from you?
Yeah, just look out, people. I might be doing a little build-up show for the game, right, of the starting 11 or something to look after that, and I might even do a quick reaction after. I'm not saying we're not going to do a show later on, but if I'm not doing anything Saturday night, I'll quickly come on and do a little reaction after the.
That'll be over on the Extra Time channel, yeah.
Yeah.
Over on there. All right, no worries. That being said, we do have the 2 channels, guys. We have obviously Forge from Iron, which is the long-standing channel, and then we have Forge from Iron Extra Time, which is the sister channel. We do shows on there on a Monday. Andy does some breakfast shows on the off chance. So go over there and subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified. Do the same here if you're not subscribed here. I think I looked it up and something like 38% of our viewers are not subscribed on certain videos. So please subscribe, hit the bell icon. It does us huge favours. Share it on your social media. Leave your comments down below for what will be your preferential starting lineup and your score predictions. And we'll see you for the match review probably Sunday afternoon. Take care, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon. Take care.
Right. See you later.